Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Bridge. Just felt like playing one today. We're in the just declared Daylong on BBO for October 28th, 2024. Which explains why I'm in such a sad contract. I mean, I guess it's normal, right? We have 19 points, so we opened a diamond, but partner didn't have enough to bid, so he passed. You know, it's unfortunate that we're in a terrible contract when there were good ones available, but everyone else is in the same one, so it's about maximizing the tricks we take here. Since the opponents have more trump than us, we're, in an unusual position. Plenty of opportunity to outplay the crowd, perhaps. And given that the opponents have more trump than we do, we are not likely to establish long suit tricks, right? I'm not going to be able to draw trump and set up hearts and enjoy the fourth heart trick or something. Instead, we should be trying to just cash side suit winners and take roughs. So I think I want to win this with the ace, cash a club, cross to a spade, ruff a club, and then cash another heart, another spade, ruff a club, hope for the best that way. I suspect that it matters quite a lot, how you time when you cash your winners, right? Ace, because we want 2 roughs over there and 3 roughs over here. And we also want to make sure the opponents don't get to pitch their last heart or something. So ace of clubs, cross, ruff, king of hearts, ace of spades, ruff would be the dream. I mean, it's not going to work out that well, but that's the idea. I mean, I guess we could cash this king of hearts now, but I don't see much reason to. I guess it's never getting better. I don't need hand re-entries. So that would be one reason to hang on to the aces if I needed more ways back to hand, but I don't. I want more ways to dummy. Okay, I mean, 10 tricks, pretty good. I mean, there's no way we could ever score the last heart no matter what I do, so I guess I'll just cash and concede here. Yeah, I mean, opponents would do better to lead a trump, but it's tough for them to know that based on a not very informative auction. We're in 3-0 here. After opening a heart, 2 spades, double. So West, 92? Nobody else knows how to cross ruff? Okay. Everyone just saw themselves in a 6-card trump fit and conceded. They panicked. Anyway, West surely has the queen of spades. Not just because it's a 6, West's bid shows 6, and so East only has 1, so of course that makes West a heavy favorite. But we know that West doesn't have the 10, 9, 8 of spades, because if he had all 3 of those, he wouldn't lead the 7. So West has 6, and East has the 10 or 9 or 7. Probably the 10 or 9 or 8. Probably the 10 or 9, because even with Queen 10, 9, West would probably lead the 10. So we can let this run around to the queen. What are we doing about more tricks after that? We get 3 spades. I have 3 minor tricks and 3 hearts. That's 9. So I could just cash out, but obviously at match points we'd like to do better than that. We can certainly set up 1 additional trick in hearts by just conceding a trick to the jack. But hopefully, there are ways you could hope to take a trick in hearts without losing to the jack. For example, you could finesse the jack through East. Or you could just cash ace, king, queen and hope the jack falls. But given the West has shown length in spades, I'm in favor of running the 10 through East. You could cash the ace first, just in case West has the singleton jack. But that makes the entries a little bit more awkward, I think. And also, if West has the singleton 8, then cashing the ace first costs you a trick, I think. Yeah. Well, no, you could cash the ace and then run the 10, and the 9 would... Yeah, ace, dropping the 10, run the 10, covered. Yeah. So I don't think there's any reason to cash the ace first. The other likely source of tricks would be maybe the 4th round of clubs, although more likely a minor suit squeeze against East. For a minor suit squeeze against East... I mean, that would give East... Let's assume East is like 1 spade, 4 hearts... 4-4, 5-3, something like that. Hopefully, I guess 5-3 there wouldn't be a squeeze. There would be a... Okay, so 1-4-4-4 is what I would like East to be. In that situation, I would like to duck a club, but it's important that I take the heart finesse first, because ducking a club after losing a heart would be too scary. So I think I can afford to win this with the jack and just cross to the king of spades. Because I don't want to use my minor suit entries. They're too important. And I'm not really worried about West establishing and running the spades, I don't think. Yeah, see, it was the 10 or the 9. So I'll win the jack, cross over. East pitches a club. That's interesting. I mean, he has to pitch something, and I guess if he's 1-4-4-4, everything's going to feel awful. So I'm not sure I can draw too much inference into this, but... Okay, so West didn't have the singleton 8 or jack. Not a surprise. Most of the time you would expect him not to have that. Small stiff. I see. So East has 1-5. And therefore 7 cards in the minors. West has 6-1. You would guess 3-3, right? 6-1-3-3? My last heart not being a winner means it's now become a threat against East for a squeeze. But my entries are a bit fiddly, huh? I'd like to duck something. If I really believe that the clubs are 3-3, I should just duck a club, and then I have a club winner. And a failing red suit squeeze. I guess East diamonds could be king, queen, jack, 10. But even if they are, I don't know. Yeah, I think you duck a club here. Now, if the clubs are coming in, then I have only one loser. And so ducking to set up a squeeze would be foolish. It couldn't gain anything. But if the clubs aren't coming in, then I have 2 losers, and so ducking to set up a club heart squeeze against East could be productive. I think the entries for it are a bit weird. If East wins this and switches to a club, I think it's kind of broken up. Anyway, I don't think there's a reason to win this. Okay, now we win this ace. The king, queen, 10 of diamonds are all still out there. And they're the only ones out there. And I think they're divided between the defenders. Although maybe not. Maybe East has all of them. West could have 4 clubs. I mean, it seems right to... Am I dumb? Do I just have all the tricks here? I don't, right? It seems right to cross the ace of spades. What kind of squeeze do I have here? East is the only one guarding hearts. If the diamond guard's divided, there's not really anything I can do. And if one player has a diamond guard, I think it's East. But if that's the case, then there isn't really a squeeze at all. Oh, I wonder if there was a repeating squeeze. I could have won the diamond and squeezed East twice. I don't think so. No, my entries are pretty... Anyway, I don't know. I think cashing a spade can't be too bad. Okay, now the clubs are coming in and I can just claim the rest. So the clubs were always coming in. Ducking was right. West was 6-1-3-3. But could I have done something more in the end? I don't think so. So first of all, at this point, yeah, 2 over tricks, which is what I got. Gibb says it doesn't matter if I win the diamond. Sure, because I had all the tricks. All right. I mean, I guess one thing we could even do, just to be extra... to not have to analyze quite so closely, is ask this thing. Accuracy. The defenders made 1 deviation from optimal play. What was it? Just the opening lead? Yeah, don't lead a spade. Okay, 82%. I don't think I did anything that special, but I guess some people might not realize you're supposed to finesse East for the heart. Or they might win the diamond too soon or something. I don't know. What's happening here? Partners opened, and then I've bid a spade and then doubled and raised. Yeah, I guess. Seems okay. East is the overcaller. West has led the 10 of clubs. I accidentally played the 3 of clubs. I was hitting a keyboard shortcut to do something else on my computer, and apparently BBO is set up to... Let me turn that off. Actually, let me pause here in case going, because like the settings is under your account and that might leak personal information. BRB. There. Keyboard entry for bidding and play was on. Now it's off. Okay, so now I'm stuck having played low from dummy, but I think that's fine. Well, I appear to have 3 certain heart losers and a very likely spade loser. But I can pitch a heart on a diamond. As long as I do it before I lose the lead. So it's pretty important to figure out whether I can take the spade rough now or whether I have to put it off. If the spade is onside, I should win this. Cash the ace of diamonds, finesse, cash the king of diamonds, ace, spade. If it's offside, I should win this, ace of diamonds, ace of spades, king of diamonds pitching, diamond rough to hand, I guess, and then a spade towards the queen anyway. The problem is that, like, if I play the ace on the first round of spades, I can't draw the trump. And they might therefore get a club ruff as their fourth trick. I mean, they might just take two spades and two hearts. If the spade situation is bad. But if I play ace and then low to queen, I'm only losing one spade. I'm still only losing one spade if the king is onside. The issue is that I create the possibility that I might lose a spade via a ruff in addition to losing... I don't know, if the king is onside, I guess... Yeah, I might lose the king and the jack that way. So what's happening in the auction here? West is a passed hand. We can conclude East probably has the ace or king of hearts, because with ace and king, West would usually lead one of them. Probably also the queen, because like if West had the king and queen, he would probably lead one as well. So I guess what we can say is East probably has the king of hearts. And in diamonds, he has at most, let's say, the queen jack. But he could have more than just the king of hearts. He could have the ace king, for example. I don't know. I mean, I don't think this auction tells me too much about who has the king. I'm going to assume it's the stronger hand here, East. Could be wrong. Ooh. That's interesting. Oh, am I going to run into trump control issues here? Yes. Yeah, I'm going to go down one now, but what if I had led low to the queen on the first round, dropping the jack? West would still have king 9, XX. I'd lead low to the 8, so West would probably split. I think I'd be in a pretty similar spot, I guess. Yeah, I just have to play clubs and let West get 2 roughs and 2 hearts. This doesn't matter, right? There's only one out and it's the king. Seems like an alright result, but nothing special, right? Players who led low to the queen right away would do just as well, I think. I'm deviated from optimal double dummy play at some point, huh? The defense needed to lead a heart to do well. Oh, probably it was by not finessing the queen on the first round, right? I gave the defense a chance to do something cool. Yeah. Oh no, it says ace and queen are both fine. That was fine. Doesn't even care if I play the queen here. Of course I play a club. What am I missing here? I guess I must have already missed the key turning point. Yeah, okay, I must have missed it. So try that again? Where was my error? Right, I did have one, right? Accuracy. I deviated from double dummy play. Yeah, what was it? Oh, here. I can't cash the ace of diamonds. I have to take a finesse first so that I can take another finesse on the way back and have more trump control, I guess? That's interesting. Yeah, because now when I lead, West has to split. I guess. Which means I don't have to... I don't have to use a diamond ruff to get back to hand to take the spade finesse. Which means I can retain trump control by just exiting here. Interesting. I still think it was right to cross the ace. Even though it works out wrong badly on this layout. Everyone's a passed hand, then we opened a spade, and we're in 4. I mean, it's pretty unlikely playing the king is going to work out. Playing low only works if West has for some reason led away from the queen and jack, or if East has like ace-jack and gets nervous. But I don't think anybody would do that. So I might as well hope West has underled the ace, which at least does happen once in a blue moon. Huh. The double dummy, or the line in spades in isolation is to put in the jack here, or the 9, or whatever. And, like, you can finesse twice. That'll win fairly often, losing only 1 spade. Whereas playing ace and then low is less likely to succeed. But there is a complication here, which is that if I play the ace, I could go after the clubs right away, and maybe, you know, if the player who has only 1 spade also has... I'll put it another way. If the player who has 3 spades also has 4 clubs, then I could pitch dummy's heart on a club and ruff my heart loser. The odds of that seem low. It only works at all if spades are 3-1. And it requires the hand who has 1 spade to also have 2 clubs, right? So their partner, I mean, they'd have 10 cards in the red suits and they never said a thing? It seems unlikely. So I think we just play the spades correctly and give up on getting rid of the heart loser. Oh. Now that's interesting. They're not cashing the heart, so I'm getting a chance. But I guess now, I guess it's just the same as it was, right? It doesn't actually change things at all. Because I still can't pitch the heart unless the spades are in the unlikely layout that I suggested. And it's even worse now, because like if this was the singleton queen, then I gave up my... Yeah, I don't know. Whoa! I just put in the 9 because it seemed like a good idea. You would never expect this to win a trick. Okay, well, heart loser disposed of. That should not happen. Yeah, alright. Spades were 3-1. Well, I mean, great news. I should have gone down, and I didn't. Yeah, and the line of going up and then trying to pitch the heart on a club would not have succeeded. So, I mean, I don't know why the line I took did succeed. East was scared to put in the king, apparently. Thinking I might have stiff ace? Sure. A human wouldn't make that mistake because West would not lead low from... or would not lead the suit at all, like, in that case, I think. But East doesn't think that way. The robots don't. Okay, well, having a great session so far. Club, partners of past hand, club of spade, double. East bid a club? Yeah. Nine points in dummy. I have 11. That's 20. East is showing around 12. West is showing like around 7. So there's not a lot of wiggle room left. You should expect them each to have about that many. The two of hearts, I mean, we know hearts are 4-4. It's not a surprise. It seems like you can't really go wrong by playing low here, right? If West has the king, you don't lose a heart. If East has the king, then like you maybe can use the ace of hearts for something someday after cashing the queen, although probably not. Actually, we're really short of entries to dummy. So if East plays the king, this might be the kind of hand where you should drop the queen under it so you can finesse the jack and get to dummy. Throw away a winner so that you can finesse and get it back along with an entry. But I don't think the dummy entries are really worth anything. So I think I'm going to play low and not dump the queen under the king if East plays it. It means I'm never getting rid of the club, but I mean, that was pretty likely anyway. I don't like this. East has ace king of clubs and the king of hearts. West probably has the king of diamonds and the ace of spades. So he's going to be able to give his partner a diamond ruff? I could jump on the ace to try to prevent that. But that only works if, like, East has a singles and spade, in which case I'm losing a second spade anyway. I mean, I don't think playing low is ever going to do anything good for me. So let's play the ace and see if something good does happen. Unblock. Actually, maybe I should have played low to the ace and tried to finesse the 9 of spades. Not low to the ace, queen to the ace. But I think my diamond is a loser eventually. I don't know. I think I made a mistake here somehow. Oh, East had the ace. Oh, no. Well, then I needed to play low on this, because then East... Oh, well, okay. They're going to let me get away with it? Maybe? Yeah, I should have overtaken the queen of hearts with the ace, it turns out. Oh, no. I mean, I'm still going to make 2. Losing to the jack of spades, but if I had led a spade from the north hand... I don't know. I guess it probably comes out the same. East didn't have the king of clubs. That was what surprised me, I guess. I didn't think you'd be so keen to cash the ace with the queen sitting on your right unless you had the king as well. Like, obviously I could have let a low spade and put in the 10, but I don't think that's what I should do. And overtaking makes it hard to get rid of the 4th round diamond loser that I might potentially have. I don't know. 11 points. East opened 2 diamonds. I have a great hand. Yeah, that explains 3 spades. I mean, my club loser goes on a diamond. I'm not losing a spade. So the question is how to limit my heart losers. It's very difficult not to lose 2. I mean, I guess I could rough one if spades are 2-2. And then also find the hearts working, but that shouldn't happen. I don't think there's any reason not to play the ace here. Like, I guess if West had Jack third and East had King 10 sixth, he could get nervous and play the king. Yeah, I mean, I guess in that case I may as well. I don't see any reason to, like, be in a big hurry to win here. Rough with the 9, just in case this 8 is an important entry. Wait, that's like the opposite of what I'm talking about? Never mind. Whatever. Yeah, in case I need to be able to get to the 8. Like, let's say spades are 2-2. That could happen. Sure. We did it. I have a spade entry now. Although more likely is that... Well, okay, this actually... The hearts now, I can't lose more than 2. So how could I lose only 1? I guess the answer is find East with a doubleton honor. Load the 10. Because I'm not in playing West. He's got club exits and stuff. Alright. You guys can have a heart. Yeah, hearts were 3-3. I don't think there's anything I could do there. Be interesting to see what the old robot thinks, though. I imagine that nothing much happened here. Yep, nobody made any mistakes. Great. Club 1, no. Nobody overcalled. 2 of hearts. That probably contains either the jack or the 10, so I can put in the 8 here. And either it holds or East splits, or East plays one of them, and then I can finesse another on the way back. I don't have a lot of other prospects or tricks, to be honest. How'd we do on that? 56. Yeah, I mean, hard. I imagine that board is pretty flat. Hard to excel on that one. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go after hearts, and then, I guess, clubs. Oh, they got me right in the gut. How dare you lead low from, what was that, 7-6-2? It's disgusting. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I guess I'll put in the queen. I'm a little scared of what's going to happen after this. Really? So East has the king, and he's trying to make sure I can't get to dummy to cash the queen of hearts. What does that tell me about where the ace of spades is? I mean, if East has the ace of spades, I'm just in a lot of trouble no matter what I do, right? So I should probably assume West has it. Which means lead up to the king now. I suspect that I'm wrong, but I don't think I can do anything about it. Like what, exit a diamond? They can still lead spades on their own. Low club to dummy, East will win, and then they'll cash all the diamonds and spades. So, yeah, I think this is the only thing you can do. 8 is pitched, huh? I guess that's fine. Well, I started with 4 tricks, and that's what I took. I could have taken a 5th if I had played hearts to be 3-3, but I really think that would be an error. I mean, even more than that, I could have taken 4 hearts and 2 clubs. At least. Maybe I would get a 3rd club somehow. The 2 of hearts lead. So, there's a thing they say about how to play as declarer at bridge, which is never assume your opponents are giving you a gift. They are decent players who know what's going on, and if they offer you a chance to do something you couldn't do yourself, you should, generally speaking, assume it's not a thing you want to do. And you could argue that the heart situation here looked like a gift, right? They gave me the chance to play West for honor 4th of hearts by leading a heart. But opening lead is pretty blind. Defenders do give you gifts on opening lead with some regularity. I don't think this is one case where you're supposed to say West would never lead a heart if he had honor 4th. I guess with North bidding a heart, maybe that's a little bit dangerous, but like, why lead a heart at all from 3 small? I guess just because robots like passive leads. Because they're never harmful. Where are your spades, partner? I mean, I guess I just jump on these, pitching a diamond. Like, I could finesse, but I don't think that's going to work out very well. Pretty sure East has the queen. Especially since, as we just saw, the robots don't like... They like to lead from small holdings in dummy's suit. So, yeah. And I think it's better to pitch a diamond than a heart, because the 3rd round heart could be a winner. I guess it's unlikely, right? No, if West has honor Jack X, then the 3rd heart can win. Whereas the 3rd diamond... I mean, you could play to set up the 3rd round of diamonds, but I'm not going to have enough trump control to do that. So I'm just going to play a diamond to the king at some point. I don't think it matters much what we pitch, really, because I'm not likely to have time to set up a 3rd round of hearts either. But I think the principled thing to do is pitch a diamond here. No! I was overruffed! Now it's diamond through the king? No. Oh. East is roughing hearts. It's so sad. I think I just rough this low. Pitching a diamond doesn't seem very productive. Yeah, and I over-rough this. Letting East lead another club for West isn't productive either. Feels bad to over-rough when they're uppercutting you like this, but... Alright, I mean, managed down 1. The heart and diamond positions were as I prophesied, although it was not very helpful to me. Yeah, 60% on that board. Sure. I mean, I don't know. Was there anything I actually could have done? Probably. No? Okay. I'm still amazed. This is a 93%. people just don't know how to play a 4-2 trump fit. I don't think it even matters very much what order I cash stuff in. Huh. And board 2 was better than it should have been as well. I'm not sure what's up with that. Anyway, that's today's event. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.